Chattisfying.
Hello, Mother Funsters, and welcome to episode 9 of Chattisfying, a podcast all about streaming and making content and stuff made by streamers and content and stuff people for you, whoever you are. We love you. Yes, you. And you're probably a streamer or a content creator or just a viewer, and we love you too. That's why we're here. Hi.
What are we doing, Hippo?
So
I thought this is what we discussed earlier in this before the stream.
Right.
So please join me in. Well, I should probably introduce myself. My name is Mellar.
We have an inside joke.
This is my my co-host who won't shut up. Harry Hippo. Say hello, Hippo.
Hello, Hippo.
And please
Introduce
join me.
Introduce the other Hippo too.
The other Hippo,
and,
yeah.
and this is Hippo.
Yay.
And this is Hippo.
All the hippos. I've got a
And
tiger.
I'm
So we're-
Harry Hippo!
yes, you are. You are. And please join me in welcoming our amazing guest and friend, Moonlitxshadows. Woo, woo, woo!
Woo.
You're not going to say hi. You're just going to go. Woo.
Woo.
Say hi to everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Moonlitxshadows. Hi.
I is Moon.
Hello. I cannot wait for this.
I have a Jolteon and a Kirby.
Yeah, because
Many more.
because Moon is all about the plushies. We all decided to get some soft toys. So I've got one of T's toys.
I just pulled one back here, and then Hippo grabbed a Hippo, and then Mellar grabbed that, and here we
Yeah.
are.
It was to hand because T spends some time in here, so it's all good. I think it's
Aw,
cute. Hello.
this is adorable.
Right, so let's start by talking a little bit about your content. So not just about your Twitch, but I know you have a YouTube as well. So tell us all
I
about
do,
everything Moonlitxshadows. Introduce
Well,
yourself.
I mean, I guess the first time I ever started using like even the whole like Moonlitxshadows thing was back in like 2010. I made a YouTube channel. Been doing AMVs on there since pretty much, and then about a year and a half, 2 years ago. What are we on now for? I lost track of how long I've been streaming for.
2021, apparently, I'm sold.
I think it's been a couple of years. I think we're going on to 2 years since affiliated. So yeah, so I've been doing Twitch streams, which I do a lot of Pokemon randomizers, Zelda randomizers, getting into more of the RPGs and all that fun stuff as well. Built up really nice community. Love you guys.
So what you been playing at the moment?
Right now we've got Tales of Arise,
Right.
Tales of Zestiria, Pokemon Yellow, Final Fantasy X.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we've got going on right now. And then me and Arctivol's been doing We Were Here, which is a co-op puzzle game.
Love we were here. Fun.
It's such a good game.
Two's
We,
an arsehole.
we're a little stumped on together is harder.
Mhm.
We were here together. We've been struggling, but it's been fun.
So,
We
I'm
got
sorry.
halfway.
All I saw when you were playing that game was you just not getting anywhere.
It takes a bit. You have to figure it out.
Right. So would you
Pretty
say
crazy.
you're mostly like an RPG streamer then?
Pretty much, actually, yeah. I do
Pretty-
love RPG. I've been
yeah.
playing them since I was little.
Pretty much all the games that you mentioned are all RPGs, apart from Zelda.
Hmm.
What's your favorite RPG that you've ever played then?
I think I'm still in a state. Tales of Vesperia is definitely up there,
Tales of
which
what?
is Tales of Vesperia.
Right. This is one of these Tales games that you've been talking about, right?
Yeah, it came out on Xbox 360 way back, and I actually got a 360 because of it, and I absolutely loved it. Loved the characters and the story and everything to it.
Because I'm not gonna lie, when before it came out, and you were talking about Tales games, I thought you were talking about like Tales from the Borderlands, like those kind of games.
Oh yeah,
Telltale games.
Yeah, Telltale games, exactly. So when it
Yeah,
turned out to
no,
be
it's,
like a proper like full-on JRPG,
it's
I
a
was so
full-on-
confused.
Yep, full-on franchise. Tales of has been going for 20 plus years, I think.
Yeah. Would you
So
say
I've played it. I've played them since PlayStation.
PlayStation
PlayStation
1?
1.
Oh
Yeah,
damn,
PlayStation 1.
that is a long
I've
time.
been in. Yeah, I've played through every single one that's been released here, and Vesperia was definitely my favorite of them. And then obviously I've really enjoyed Persona 5 as well.
Oh, Persona 5's
definitely
amazing. Yeah.
right up there with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the PS1 must be coming up on 30 years ago now. Hippo, do you remember how old you were when the PS1 came out?
I was still in Wales, so I would have been about 10, I think, ish when I had it. So you're
it's
talking
a-
about 25 years at least.
Yeah, so it's a bit more than a few years
I
away.
was
10
late
years.
to most consoles because I was a very poor family and all that kind of stuff. I had a SNES when everybody was getting like PlayStations and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Stuff
Fair
like
enough.
that. So I was like a whole
Game
console behind
Boy.
most people.
Oh, Game
Still good
Boy.
times. Still good times. Absolutely.
I grew up with all. Oh man, showing our age.
My first console, if you want to call it console, was a Commodore 64.
Oh wow.
I think the first thing I got was the Game Boy, and then probably followed shortly after by like Super Nintendo and stuff like that.
The first one I ever owned was an Atari 8600, but that was a hand-me-down. The first one that I got, like I actually asked for and got, was the Sega Master System 2 with Alex
Master
Kidd.
System was brilliant because it had Alex the Kid built in.
Yeah, built in. Yeah,
great game.
Yeah, amazing game. And then the first thing
the
I did when I
octopus
got it
after the
was...
second part when you drop down and you go down, oh, you fucking octopus!
It's
you
really
prick.
hard. You know, to this day,
Yeah.
I've never completed that game. It's so
Nah.
hard. Yeah.
Oh dang.
But I always like buying the bike.
Yeah, the bike's so much fun. Amazing.
Sorry.
So, what would you say? Like, 'cause it's not necessarily a favorite game. What's your favorite? The game that you like have enjoyed streaming the most? I mean,
For streaming wise, I did end up really enjoying Persona 5, streaming through that, and I know quite a few people ended up really enjoying that as well because you were always there as well.
yeah, yeah.
And I always love the Pokemon randomizers as well.
More than
No,
the
you guys
Zelda
liked it.
Randomizers. Be very careful.
I don't know. Okay, fine. I love streaming the Zelda randomizers.
It's fine. It's fine. So,
Well, especially with you, honestly, those ones are so much fun. Even though we run into issues here and there,
oh yeah, you're always going to get
it's
issues.
always fun to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you say obviously Persona 5 is the favorite game that you've streamed. So would you say that it was a better experience because you streamed it?
I would say so. I enjoyed it a lot more streaming it, yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because I did. I guess because you get input from other, like the people watching as well. They kind of react to things going on and all that as well, and you get to chat about some of the stuff that how the stumble on words. It's good to chat about everything that's going on in that, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's not just a casual like go through, don't have to react or anything really. You might get a reaction here and there depending on how big something is, but usually you're just just going along, not commenting too much on anything, right? You're playing on your own.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually think that those kind of games quite often they're in a way they are kind of the best kind of games to stream. The story games. I know that you hate streaming story games, Hippo. We've talked about why that is, and it does make sense. But if you can, if you get a few sort of people in chat that sort of contribute to the sort of discourse of chatting about it really just improves things. And sometimes like something will happen and it's not just one person's reaction that's like, I don't know, let's say shocked. It's everyone that's like, oh my god, I can't believe that just happened, all that kind of stuff. And it's so much fun. It sort of creates a bit of a community atmosphere, doesn't it? And it just really makes the whole thing really worthwhile. What about then your least favorite game that you've streamed? Have you ever had like a game that you're just like, wow, that was just, I'm not doing that again?
Not yet, I don't think, that I can think of. I do mostly enjoy whatever I stream.
Yeah.
But it's because most of the time I'm playing stuff that I've had already played before. The only blind thing was Skyward Sword. I'm trying to think of what else I've played first playthrough. But yeah, I mostly play stuff that I've played before and I know I enjoy, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how I started as well. I don't know if you were the same, Hippo.
But like, as you know, I now got the vote up, and I'm probably going to do that again. And probably some of those games will be first playthroughs as well, and kind of see how I feel about them.
That's actually something that I've kind of been wanting to talk about for a while. I feel like we can maybe have a chat about that now. I've kind of noticed that like new streamers kind of have a bit of a journey, and it's quite similar quite often. Where especially if they're sort of quote unquote variety streamers, where most streamers, I think, when they start off streaming, they'll have like in their mind, even if they don't think they do, that they'll have at least like sort of subconsciously like a list of games that they'd quite like to stream. And I think quite often that list of games is a list of games that they've already played before. And I know
most of the time, yes.
Yeah, I know that this definitely happened with me, and I feel like it maybe might be happening with you a little bit now. Is that you've kind of got to the end of that list, and now you're sort of starting to branch out.
I more just wanted to like see what ones you guys were most interested in. Essentially, it's like I'm interested in playing all of these, but it's a matter of what do you guys want to see, right?
Yeah.
Because like some of them, like with what's it called now, Life is Strange. I've had it in my Steam list forever, and I never got around to playing it. But I do really want to get around to playing it. And I'm like, well, if people want to see it, I would love to stream it, kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that was my idea of like, I have a lot of games on my mind, but what do you guys want to see most? And then I'll probably also start taking input from people as well, and
Yeah.
just go nuts with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. I've definitely seen it happen a couple of times where you kind of, it does look like people have kind of sort of got to the end of their sort of natural list. I know that I did it about the time I did Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
And then I did Skyrim, but that was because someone gave it to me, and I was like, I really want to play that on stream. And then after that, it was just, whatever. So
Well, let's just see where it takes us, right?
yeah, it is interesting where it takes you as well. Like when you sort of look back, doesn't it? Like I think we're
Because
gonna.
you've been playing some interesting types of games. You will go from Ori to like Doki Doki Literature Club, and then like Doom and stuff like that. It's like the sheer variety of styles there. You know what I mean?
And that's one of the reasons why I
Like,
really love
it's
streaming
crazy.
and having a community, because then you can sort of it's out of your hands, isn't it? And you can let other people kind of decide your fate
Yeah.
to a certain degree, which is one of the great things about things like your redemptions, especially during things like the Pokemon Nuzlocke, where you got things like kill Pokemon and stuff.
Yeah,
And
let you guys throw some input in there.
it can exactly
Make-
adds a
make
little bit of
things-
chaos.
Make things a little crazy.
Exactly, it's amazing. I love it. So, have you ever had a game that you've really enjoyed playing, but your community's just been like, nah, we're not going to show up for this one?
I'm not too sure about that one, actually.
What about a game that the community
Um,
loves and everyone turns up for, but you're just like, I'm not really into playing that on stream too often?
I know back when I used to do like the Pokemon raids and stuff like that, I enjoyed it at times, but then I kind of got out of it. I know a lot of people did enjoy me doing those, I suppose. I guess that'd be the closest thing to that.
Yeah?
Is when I did the raids and shiny hunting and stuff, because I did stop doing shiny hunting eventually. I haven't played Pokemon much lately, like non-randomized stuff.
Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about randomizers as well, and Nuzlocks as well. Explain to people who don't know what one is, what a
Do you know-
Nuzlocke is.
So essentially, you can randomize any Pokemon game. You can randomize basically anything in the game. Pokemon stats, Pokemon types, type chart if you want to go that insane route I've never touched down on. Item locations, all of that. All just throw out your vanilla logic of the game and then just have fun with it. And then the whole Nuzlocke rules of it, you catch Pokemon on each route. You can nickname it if you would like. And if that Pokemon dies in battle, it is boxed and you can no longer use it. If you party wipe, which means lose all 6 of your Pokemon in one battle, game over, and you can restart or go to another game or whatever you want to do, essentially.
And my understanding with Nuzlocks is that you can have different rules in a lock as well.
Yes, there are a lot of different rules. I know hardcore Nuzlockers will put the battle to set, meaning you cannot. It won't be like, this person's sending out this Pokemon, do you want to switch? It won't ask that. You just have to accept whatever they throw out.
Yeah.
And then there's also the option of no healing in battle.
Right.
Those are more of the hardcore Nuzlocke rules. And people just go crazy even more so after that.
Okay, fair enough. Because my understanding, essentially, because people have been like putting their own rules into games for absolutely ages, like
Exactly.
like no death runs, like before you could actually have a setting where if you died, the game was over. And my understanding essentially of a Nuzlocke is it's exactly like that, except it's got a special name because it's Pokemon.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember where it got its name from.
I'd be interested to find out if anybody in chat knows.
I need to look that up one day.
Yeah. Absolutely, no one knows what Nuzlocke sounds
No
like.
hit Nuzlocks? Oh
No.
yeah, I've heard about those. They go through the whole game without being hit once.
Yeah, that's insane.
If they take 1 point of damage, they're done.
Essentially, it's something that you can do to get more replayability out of a game, which is otherwise quite repetitive, I suppose.
Oh yeah,
And,
it works so great for Ocarina of Time as well, because
absolutely. And
it just feels like a new journey every time.
Absolutely, it works really well for streaming as well, because obviously if you got the opportunity, like the possibility of a party wipe that's going to set you back hours and hours, it can create like really exciting moments and stuff, can't it? All that kind of thing. So
I think it's based on a Pokemon. Yeah, I think it Nuzleaf, right?
Really?
Was it like the inspiration to it?
Okay.
Inspired the name of it, maybe? Because that's the only thing I can think of. Nuzleaf, Nuzlocke.
I love little things like that. How
like finding out what BK mode. BK mode.
That's really weird. I was just about to mention exactly that thing. Yeah, BK mode in a Zelda randomizer, because one guy was playing 50-player multi-world, and he got bored of waiting for an item to come so that he can actually do something. So he went to Burger King, came back, and he still
had nothing.
Had nothing to do. So it's been known as Burger King mode. And like there's like honestly like hundreds of streamers that call it that now.
Yeah, it's just became mode now.
It's just
And
become a
yeah,
thing.
I finally heard the story and I just got a laugh out of it. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's Burger King. So if it was McDonald's, would it be like MD mode?
Maybe, yeah, MCM mode, I don't know. Or just Macca's mode, I
Right?
guess. Yeah.
Max mode.
So this is a little bit weird for me because I'm about to ask you some questions to which I kind of know quite a lot about, but talk to us a bit about Zelda randomizers as well. Like, how do they work?
That's it. So with Zelda randomizers, you're more looking to you choose essentially your end goal, which can be either beating Ganon or doing Triforce Hunt, or you even do bingo, which is crazy. And essentially you randomize your items so all your equipment can be found in different locations, and you got to try and work your way through it, find all your equipment. You can also randomize where your dungeons are, indoors, outdoors, overworld, just everything can all be scrambled up into whatever mess you want it to be. I love all the different ways to beat it, though. That's just amazing. It's not just beat Ganon anymore. It's, well, what do you want to do?
I love how I love how much you can change now, even up to the fact that you can change what the game looks like and sounds like now. You
Yeah.
can add music from other games. You can make yourself look like characters from other games.
I
And
hope
then
one day I find somebody who can do models because I want to make one.
yeah,
Have one.
absolutely. Yeah.
So cool.
That'd be really cool to have your avatar, what's it called, Suki, like
Suki,
hanging about
to
in
have
there.
her.
Because
in
I was
it.
lucky enough to get someone made a Mellar for Minecraft, so my Minecraft skin looks like me,
Oh, that's awesome.
and it's got the Mellar M on the chest. It's really cool.
That's so cool.
But
Yeah, I
something
would
like
love
that
that to just have her. Like, look, she's right there and right there.
That would be really cool. Absolutely.
Oh, and that's actually Undertale.
Oh,
It's hard to tell from this far, but it is Undertale. It's got the main character, and then it's got all the other characters in the background. It's
have
really
you
cool.
ever streamed Undertale?
I did. It was before I was affiliated, so you actually didn't get to see it.
Would you consider doing it again?
I probably will because I only did one run. I think I did Genesis run, so I want to do probably all three of them together.
Right, so one thing that I do want to talk about as well, especially considering I don't think it's something you really talk about on stream very much, but talk to us a little bit about your YouTube.
So I've had YouTube since 2009, I believe. I do a lot of anime music videos, which is essentially taking songs and then finding a good show that I think fits that song, and I'll cut up the clips, do effects, and create essentially a little mini music video for it. And I've been doing that for so long now, and I still really enjoy it.
What kind of music do you usually pick?
I guess mostly is like kind of more pop kind of, but I've done some like more rock ones, and I've even done non-English ones as well. So it's like I'm kind of like all over the place. It just depends on the show that I want to use and
Fair enough.
yeah.
AMVs have an interesting place. I've never been that into them myself, but I remember quite a long time ago there was one particular one that I really liked. It was System of a Down Chop Suey to Final Fantasy IX. And I don't even particularly like Final Fantasy IX, but honestly, it was brilliant.
Yeah, I've come a long way in my editing. I remember before it would just be like clip, clip, clip. Now it's like I have like the clips would be more long. Like you'd have it like kind of like run on clip, which doesn't look that great most of the time. But now I actually like change up the scenes a lot. I do a lot of visual effects and stuff like that.
Excellent. And so obviously that's what you have on your YouTube. It seems quite separate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
from what you
It
do.
kicked off on its own. Like I'm way more popular with AMV Baker than what I do on Twitch, which is hilarious.
So have you ever considered doing like I don't know, VODs or something on Twitch?
I've been
YouTube?
thinking about it. I would just probably I guess I would probably change the name of my current channel. I'd have to put like AMV on it because I do want to just keep them separate because they don't really cross over on interests, so I don't think it would just go over very well, I guess.
So
I think I would change the name to Moonlitxshadows AMVs, and then I would have Moonlitxshadows, and that would be like VODs and stuff if I do end up doing it.
So I mean, because we spoke to Navelo ages ago now on our first episode, and he said because he makes YouTube content and Twitch content that's basically very similar, except obviously the mode is different because it needs to be for the different platforms. And he said he doesn't really get much bleed through from YouTube to Twitch because it's a different type of thing. But I feel like for you, it's more because the actual content that you're creating is completely
Yeah, the content
different.
itself is completely different. They don't share anything besides, some of the stuff comes from Japan. That's the only similarity.
Yeah,
That's it. That's literally where it draws, right? So it's like, yeah, some people might be interested in it, but from everybody who watches, probably not very much.
Oh yeah.
So
Fair enough.
I don't want to cross them over.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. So Hippo, we were talking
Darling.
about obviously because I asked a few questions earlier about like randomizers and stuff, to which I mostly knew the answers. Is there any of that like you wanted more?
Well,
like...
I have no clue on anything randomizy ever. Like, I've never done it. Like, I struggled with vanilla Pokemon Red, all right? So let's not even get me started on trying to do any randomizers. I find it fascinating you're able to do these with old games, although I don't know how the technical side actually works in terms of it's not something that's in the game, so it must be some form of emulation and processing system or something like
They're
that.
essentially moving around the code is what they would be doing, I'm pretty sure.
But how does it work in the first place? Do you have to download a randomizer game first, or is there like a program that
I
you have
get
settings?
the vanilla game, and then you run it through the program, and you just click off, I want this. You hit randomize seed, and it does its thing of probably messing with the code of the game or something like that.
So when you're playing like the Zelda one, which is a console game, I assume it's an emulation on the PC that you're playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually do it on official hardware as well too, but that's
I have no
much
idea
more
how
complicated.
to do that. Yeah, it's more complicated.
I don't even know where to start on that. I do know where to start on my Switch to play my real game randomized on my Switch. I know how to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there like a certain website that does it for it then? Is there a specific official?
Yeah.
Like, is there like a directory of like these emulation randomizer like on one website thing, so you can search for the game you want to try and do it?
Sometimes there are sites that like that. I know there was a site I came across that's like you can, and it was like this huge list of game that has randomizers, and it usually directs you where you can go to get that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing that kind of for me about randomizers that I found surprising going in is that there's so many different parts to it, because like obviously you've got to get an emulator that works. Then you've got to find the ROM, but then you need the website that actually randomizes the game, because they won't give you the ROM because there's like legal issues with that. So you got to find the ROM.
You own the game originally, don't you?
You have to get your own game.
Yeah, exactly. And then you basically upload the ROM to the randomizer website, put in what settings you want, and then click go, and it will change it for you essentially.
Yeah.
But then there's all the other bits and pieces that go with streaming a randomizer.
When you want to put it on your stream, you can be more fancy. Like for me, I've got PokeLink, and it shows like what my HP is at, my Pokemon names, my levels, and like all that stuff. You can get really fancy with it.
A lot of people play with timers. Then you've got things like notes. If you're going to play some of the harder settings, you need to make good notes basically. Otherwise, you get entirely lost, don't you?
Unless you have a good memory. There's people who do it. I don't have that memory.
Yeah, I think I've seen people do it without doing notes, and I'm like, how can you do that? Like, I'd be lost on an easy seed. Any more questions about that, Hippo?
Well, not so much about the randomizers. I actually have a personal question for Moonlit.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Tremble now. Tremble now.
Okay, I am.
The origin of your name. Is it because of Mike Oldfield?
I unfortunately do not remember anymore.
That's just because Moonlitxshadows is one of my favourite songs, and it's done by Mike Oldfield. And I just wondered if that was because it's a really lovely, enchanting sound of a song, and it's well worth a listen if you don't know it, because it's kind of.
I mean, I've always loved like.
Who did you say that was by? Hippo. I'm just
Mike Oldfield. He's the person who did the Exorcist theme, Tubular Bells.
Yeah.
But he plays all his own instruments and all this kind of stuff, and he gets his sister to sing the song, Sally Oldfield, and it's a lovely magical song. It's really cool.
Okay.
And,
I'm gonna look that up after.
With the whole like the RPG themes you're going with, it's kind of got that vibe to it, but like 70s based vibe. It's a really lovely song. It's worth a go. And I just like, yeah.
Sorry, Moon, I fully interrupted you there. What were you saying?
I don't remember, so it's fine.
You're so rude.
I know, I'm an asshole.
So rude, Mels.
Sorry.
So rude. Go to your room.
Well.
You're there, so it's okay.
I'm in my office. Does that count?
It's close enough, I guess.
Is it me or is it hot in here?
It is fucking hot.
I'm
in front of a heat lamp of doom. It's boiling. I'm just glad I got a fan blowing my lower parts.
I mean, I'm in basement, so I'm sitting fine.
Yeah, you also live in Canada.
Yeah, it is chillier today. Everyone was wearing sweaters, and I'm out there in a t-shirt, and I'm like, oh, whatever.
I love that where you're like, oh, it's quite warm outside, and it's like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 degrees C, and I'm like, I would be freezing my absolute balls off in
Yeah,
that weather.
it was 11 out, and I'm just sitting outside in a t-shirt. It's a
Ah,
little windy out and everything, and I'm
I
like,
miss that. I
it's not
so should be
bad.
in Canada because I love cold. I'm fine with it. I'm the guy that still wears
And
shorts
Mallar's
when
just
it's
like,
snowing.
no, 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 no.
You should live up in Glasgow, mate, where they wear what they call the vests all year round, and then when it gets really cold in the middle of December, they might put on a t-shirt.
Okay, that's a little too extreme. Like, I'll usually put on my sweater probably if it hits 5.
Fucking hell. I'm wearing like 2 t-shirts, 2 hoodies, and a coat by that point, mate.
No, I'll just go down to a sweater for 5. That's nothing.
Oh, amazing. So, talk to us a little bit about what's happening next on your Twitch channel. Give us a scoop. What's the new stuff coming up that no one knows yet?
Well, nothing too crazy that no one knows yet. I don't have my schedule up for this week, but yeah, we're still obviously gonna be bringing playing Tales. Yeah, I'll still be playing Tales of Arise on the morning streams when I can, and then we've got Final Fantasy X going, which we just started, so that's nice. I know you've
Amazing.
been enjoying that one.
Very much.
And we've got Pokemon Yellow on Saturdays. And then I think we're gonna be trying to finish We Were Here Together next week, which we got about halfway on that.
Right.
Little nervous about those puzzles. They're getting harder.
So you say you're obviously Pokemon Yellow, right? You got to plug yourself, right? So talk to us about this because obviously you're not just playing Pokemon Yellow for the sake of Pokemon
No, it
Yellow.
won't be just Pokemon Yellow. So after we beat Pokemon Yellow, I'm actually gonna do, because I thought this would be a really neat idea, because we're gonna be going through all of the generations, and I thought a really neat idea was once we beat the Elite Four, the Pokemon that survived the Elite Four, I put up a vote, and you guys choose 2 Pokemon to me bring over to the next generation, essentially. And I
So-
think it'd be really cool to like maybe we can get a Pokemon all through the generations if you guys want to, if I don't kill it.
So is that's a Genlock, isn't it?
Yes.
Does that mean, by the way, that if, for example, you get to like Gen 5 and get a full party wipe, you have to start back at Gen 1?
I will not be going that crazy.
So
but
it's
I
like
will
a
restart
Genlock
Gen
light.
5. Yes.
Right.
A
Okay.
light Genlock. I don't think I could handle doing them all again. That's too much time for me.
Yeah, I couldn't do that either. Like, I can't.
I can definitely handle the one game restart,
Yeah.
but not all.
I hate doing the same thing again and again and again, like in a short period of time. I mean, I think the closest that I myself get to that is obviously the Ocarina of Time randomizers. But the way that I sort of see it is like if you change the settings enough each time you play, it's almost like playing a different kind of game.
Oh yeah, because that's what we usually do, right?
Yeah.
I know next time you want to run the shared health hero mode, which I think
Yeah.
is going to be hilarious.
Shared
and
health
we're
hero
gonna
mode. We
die a
do
lot.
something slightly different almost every time, don't we, to keep things interesting?
There's always something, yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting. We're going to die a lot.
Oh, we're so gonna die a lot. Keep watch on Discord when we do end up announcing that. We don't know what it's gonna be yet, but we know it's a thing.
Indeed. Excellent.
Oh,
You got
it's
any
gonna be so
more
good.
questions at all, Hippo?
No, I'm good. I'm just kind of enjoying watching you two vibe off on randomizers. It's kind of because again never played them, never done, and I'm just sitting
It's
going,
okay.
it's so cute. I love this. It's like just watching you guys talk a different language. I'm like, it's so adorable. You carry on. You're probably saying something really mean, but it's okay. I love it. Carry on. It's lovely.
Hey, as
Go
long as
for
you
it.
didn't hear your name and something bad after, you're fine.
There are a lot of games that do have randomizers, more than I ever
Okay,
thought.
here's what a randomizer. This is gonna be the silliest explanation.
Wiki says
You throw the game into a blender. You blend it up, and then everything's different.
Yeah, man.
They're random.
They really do go into detail. I love the fact that with randomizers, certainly of Zelda, you can make it really like simple, so it's not that in depth if you don't want to, but you can really go in and make things ridiculously complicated for yourself. But only if you want. Only if you want. You basically you can choose.
You can go as far as one life mode. You can go as far as making certain areas locked or tricks. Tricks are their own thing where you can enable really hard tricks and you have to use them and be able to to continue on with that trick because
Or
it was the only way for you to get an
you can
item.
be a total bastard and do what I did to Moon. Is this thing called decoupled, which means you walk into an entrance, like say you're in, I don't know, the market, and you walk into a shop, but then you go to walk back out the same exit and you end up somewhere completely different.
You're just in a desert across the world, and
Yeah.
you're just like, but that's not where I came in from.
So sometimes to get to a certain place, you'll have to go through this place and then go through this place and this. Oh my god! If you don't take good notes, you're never going to make it.
It's a disaster.
Amazing.
But
Right, shall
yeah.
we move on then to segment number 2? All game?
2-2?
Choo-choo.
I'm not wearing a.
This is
I'm not
more
wearing
than
a tutu.
2.
That would be like a fever
This
dream.
is
that
like
would...
4.
Yeah.
Well, 8.
Choo-choo-choo.
We got 8 fingers up.
What? Four,
Choo-choo.
you're holding
doing
out 4
2.
fingers. We've got 8 fingers. And I
Yeah,
think...
Hippo's doing it too.
Oh, I see. I
I'm
see.
doing tutus.
Yeah, 2-2. So he's doing 2-2s. That makes 8.
And tutus. Wait, where are you? Down here somewhere in it. Tutus.
No, you're up there. You're
Tutus.
down. You're down.
No,
I'm up.
tutus. I'm up. You're down.
No.
Well,
She's Moon. I'm Mellar. Come
I'm
on.
going from the Discord call, so you're down here.
You're over
But no,
there.
he's up there.
You're there
up
to
there?
me. I'm so confused.
I don't know.
Let's move on to segment 2. So segment 2 is our topic for the show, and today we're going to be talking about
I don't
viewer
think it was barbecue.
viewer
finger.
perks. So viewer perks basically means the things that you sort of make for your viewers that they get for things like subbing. Sub badges, emotes. And I guess there's probably other things that in my tired state I can't think of, but I'm kind of leaning a little bit on you, Moon, to maybe list a few.
Channel point stuff, yada yada.
Right. So we're going to talk about sort of our opinion on them, how useful they can be, what you could do, maybe some of little bits of advice that maybe we could give you. Because I mean, between the 3 of us, we've got like something ridiculous like 7 years experience of streaming. So do you want to sort of go first, Moon, or would you prefer one of us to go first about our thoughts on this?
I guess one of you guys.
See, I had a feeling that you might have a say about that.
I go first, Mr. Mellar.
He's got his hand up. I think he has something to say.
Okay, go ahead then, Hippo. Let's give us the juice.
I got purple lights on my chair. No, that's not it. So
I have purple lights in my room.
let me just let's get ready for this shit. I'm ready to roll.
Did that pick up on the mic?
Sorry, click. Yeah,
Yeah, I just did mine as well. Oof,
I
that was
can't
nasty.
actually click though because I can't. It just won't. I have to fake click.
Oh no, mine actually went. I don't think it picked up on the mic, but it
I
went.
can't click. The only thing I can click is my fingers and my toes. Nothing else clicks.
Oh mate, I do my neck, my fingers, my toes, my knees. Oh,
I went to
I'm
a
a mess.
chiropractor and they said to me, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't click." It just they're like, and they're like knees on the back and all sorts, and nothing was clicking. It was glorious and broken.
Oh
Welcome
god,
to my life.
I get out of the morning, get out of bed in the morning, and I sound like some sort of like piece of furniture. It's like.
I shatter my neck all the time. Silver no.
So go on then, Hippo. Let's
So
bring the
with
thunder.
the whole like perks thing, I have issues with it, which is why my channel does things a little differently, which is inspired by another streamer who's a very close friend of mine. But I feel, and I firmly believe this, that the bonus to subbing is not enough from Twitch itself. Don't get me wrong, channel points are cool, they're gimmicky, they're fun. You can integrate them with other things. I know one of our mutual streamer friends, Bueno, has things that has sound effects that link off of his channel points and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. But they stole that idea from, you want to do Streamlabs or Stream Elements, whatever, as they tend to do. I saw that, I'll take it in my own, that nullifies everyone else's stuff. So like my Stream Elements points, my hairy pennies, is now irrelevant to a degree because why would you do that when you've got channel points?
Yeah, you don't want 2 systems running at the same time, do
No,
you?
it's just ridiculous. It just annoys me. So
yeah.
I feel that. So what do you get with subscribing? Because you get channel points for free essentially anyway. So if you subscribe to a channel, you get, depending on their level of subscriptions, you can either get between 3 or 5 emotes for the first tier.
No, it's more than that.
Is it?
No, that's it. Just for affiliates, that's it.
Yeah, 3 to 5 for
3 to 5.
affiliates. If we're going with the affiliate bracket, right? So 3 to 5, depending, because you
He's
have to
going
hit
over it all.
Yeah. So if you get 50 subscriptions, you can open up 5 tier
That's
ones.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if
yeah.
you haven't done that and you only have 10 subs, you only get 3 for
I
emotes.
see. Sorry.
So for what is it, $4.99, I think it is, or something like that. I feel like that is so. With the first tier, you get 3 to 5 emotes, which is cool because you make your own emotes. It's your own little thing, which is lovely. Then you pay the second tier bracket, which is double. You get 1 extra emote as an affiliate. Ooh. And then if you spend like, was it triple almost? It was at $24.99. You go from $5.99 to $9.99 to $24.99. You get another emote.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
it's definitely not worth it for
No.
affiliates. Once people become partners and there's obviously more slots
Then
for
that's
everything,
great.
it's
That's-
awesome. And they are rolling out animated emotes, which is
Yes,
going to
which
be
is-
really
which
nice
is
when those
cool.
come out, because that's another bonus towards being subscribed to
Yeah.
somebody.
Which is still fine.
And then the
but-
one other thing I hope they implement, because currently we have follow remotes going on, but the downside to follow remotes is they are only usable on the channel that you're following. How I think that should work is if they are subbed, they too can use those 5 follow remotes on other channels, because that would be an even bigger perk to being subbed, right? So I'm hoping enough people suggest that, and maybe Twitch will end up implementing that. I don't even have my follow remotes yet. What do I care?
So my question to you guys on this with regards to the emote system, right, is I'm pretty sure, because I haven't really looked at channel points for a while, but you can buy temporary emotes using your channel points depending on what you do.
Yes.
Does that not devalue subscribing?
It can do, but you can choose how much it costs as the streamer,
Yes.
and you
That's
can
true,
disable
but
it
then
as
And you
well.
can
does that
also
not
you can also choose to turn it off. And it
Yeah.
is, I think it's only for one day that they get to use
It
that
is just
one
a one
emote.
day,
Yeah.
but I still feel it kind of devalues it because that's something that's special to someone who values emotes, which I'm not. I'm not a person who values emotes. It's not my bag really. I still do the smiley face and still do it wrong on Twitch because I haven't put a dash in the middle of it. I'm that kind of guy, you know. I'm a pain. But I just feel like so you get your sub emotes. Okay, cool. That's it. That's your $4.99 there. You don't get adverts, I believe, as a sub.
No ads.
That's
No
correct.
ads.
No
On
ads,
that channel.
which is nice.
Yeah.
Although I am missing the 0.2 cents that I'm getting from your viewage. So can you please not sub to my channel? I need that 0.2 cents. All right, thank you. Okay. So that's a nice perk as well. That's cool. And then that's pretty much it. And then okay, that's cool. So what I've done on my channel is if you've subbed once and you only have to sub once for a limited amount, I'm doing 500 uniques, where if you sub once to my channel, you can have a custom sound effect that is unique to you. And it could be a little sound effect from a film. It could be a bit of like game music. It could be you going la, 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 because I have someone who has that. It could be anything, you know. It could be someone saying Hulk smash and all this kind of stuff. But you can come in, put an exclamation mark with your name on it, and it's your unique intro.
Yeah.
And it's a sound effect that
I like that
influences
idea,
the channel.
actually.
So, like, if I'm playing a horror game,
I'm
somebody's got a
kind of
nasty
starting
one.
that.
Yeah.
And it's a nice idea. That I feel has more value than an emote.
I do
because-
think though, with regards to that, like your idea obviously is that if someone subs, then you put one. That does definitely have the potential to become very noisy and very overwhelming and very.
It can do,
yeah.
but it's also you need to put a marker on it. It's common decency and general rules of thumb. You know, you don't abuse the system. You abuse the system, it goes away. Simple as that. And there've been a couple of times where I've warned people and then they stop doing it and it's fine. If people could be abusing it,
Right.
it's gone. It's as simple as that.
I have to just mention as well, I've just realised, of course, when you say a thing when you come in, you actually have to, and if I just bring this up, you actually have to do like an exclamation command, like what RM OCP just did for you. That makes sense then, because there's a certain amount of like people not, it's being on them.
It's only unique to them as well. So no one can use RM's own code.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Because what I was thinking of was what I've got on my stream and what Moon's starting to roll out on hers is the Streamlabs thing where it automatically plays when someone joins.
I used to use that a couple of years ago. Then I monetized it in terms of using hairy pennies on Stream Elements.
Yeah.
So people could redeem their hairy pennies to do it. And then it still got abused to hell.
Yeah.
So now they have unique to them.
Yeah.
And it's only them can use it.
Yeah.
I can't even use it. And I'm subbed to my own channel automatically because that's how it rolls. But I can't even use their thing, which is great.
Yeah. Exclamation
But
mark
again,
tracker.
if anyone uses it and abuses it, they lose it. But
Yeah.
it's not something I advertise. It's a case of, and I don't know whether I'm doing this right or not, but I don't advertise it. If somebody gets subbed, then I go, oh, you've been subbed, or you've been gifted a sub, or la 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 la. By the way, you've got this. If you want to use
You
this,
can
you
do
are more
this
than
if you want to
welcome.
do it.
It's a little thank you for you joining, and it's not a repeating thing. I was going to do a repeating thing, but then that's a lot of time management, seeing who's still subbed and who's not subbed, activating it, deactivating it. I can't be bothered with that. You subbed once, you've pledged towards me, have a freebie. And I'm only going to use so many because I've only got so much space on my hard drive. So, that's what I've said, about maybe 500. And I am currently about 120-ish into that over the last 2-3 years I've been doing it now. 2 years I've been doing it.
What you could do, just a potential idea, just to sort of, if you, because obviously you don't want to be like you say, like always checking out. But you could do it in like seasons. So they like, I don't know, New Year 2023, wipe them all out, and then start again. And then you
I was tempted to do something like that, but I'm nowhere near as popular to warrant doing that, and it's still something that's nice for someone to come in that haven't been in for. I have a guy that comes in once in a blue moon, Clark, and he still has his from when he first ever subbed. And he's like, "Oh my god, you still got it?" I said, "Yeah, of course I've got it still." And it brings like other people go, "Oh, I remember that. You're that Clark, okay?" And then they chat, and it kind of like, it's nice to have that effect. So I just feel that with the subbing, it's, as much as I like to give out like that perk, I feel that Twitch should be giving more. Because at the end of the day, they're getting 50% of it from affiliates, and still 50% of it from partners until they've been in it for a year. And all they get is emotes that we still have to design that make it unique to us, which I have no issue with, because I'd rather have emotes that are unique to me. But still, it's stuff that we're making, so they don't have to do anything. All they've done is, it's unlocked now. Ta-da! Bit of code. You've hit this bracket. Now you can do more things, but we don't have to do anything because we're getting more money from you. It just it feels very takey, not givey to the viewer as such. I feel that there should be some more stuff added to it for sub perks. But I love the fact that I'm able to do that sub perk of this channel.
Yeah, that you can come up with your own thing.
Yeah, which is nice.
I know one thing, like Mellar does it as well, and also Bray, when sub comes in for Mellar, it's 5 for the malic acid thing that he does once a week usually, because that's usually when you get it. And then Bray does his Bean Boozled thing on his sub, so they've just thought of this little silly thing to do to be like, hey, you guys met a goal or did something. And
Bean Boozled is something that I've seen other streamers do.
Yeah, that's where Bray got it as well. Yeah.
It's a good idea.
And it's just an interesting thing to do to, show a little more. You know what I mean?
No, I generally feel that as a streamer, when you're starting out, I mean, you shouldn't really be necessarily looking, I'm going to get my emote straight away and stuff like that, because a lot of people don't hit affiliate straight away. Yeah. I was very lucky to get it within my first 30 days, but that's because I got found.
Bit.
Yeah, there are some people I know now who are still streaming, but they're not hugely regular. They do like 2 streams a week, which sounds a bit daft, but like in terms of like how scale some people really put into it to try and get to the affiliate, and he's been doing it for a couple of years and he's still not affiliate. But then and it's at the same time, he doesn't really push it to become affiliate. It's just that it's not happened for him. He just leaves it open. If anybody comes in, they can watch it. If not, he's just playing his games and having fun, which is fine. But I just, for a new person, it's things to look at. You mean, and it's kind of money you have to invest as well to a degree, because I'm not artistic in the slightest.
No, not at all.
I mean, I think I designed one of my emotes. I designed 3 originally, and they were literally just like lol, wow, and nope, which you have as little ones. And I kept my lol because it's very adorable and pink and bubbly, so I kept that. And then a couple of them were gifts to me. No, actually, the rest of them were gifts to me. Someone made me a Snorlax with my head on top of it, which was cool.
I've seen that,
one was my face doing a really confused look. And the other one, I can't remember what my other one is now. Help me out, Mels. You use them all the time.
But the one, my actual favourite one, which I think might be the one that you did on your own, is your what mate? You what mate? That one.
Yeah, that's my face one. Yeah. But I've got the Linky one as well, which is me holding a love heart.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, which is cool. Although some people think I'm holding a pink bum, which is kind of. It could be that as well.
Love hearts, if you look at them the wrong way, do look a little bit like bums, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I'll just.
Oh no!
But like, I also made Legend as well, which was another one I did.
Yeah.
That was cool. But there you go. I just thought I'd post it in chat so you can have a look at my
It's,
pink bum holding skills.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's better than I've done.
But like, I don't know. If you're gonna go for the sub perks, and it's worth thinking about, but you've also got to realize that if you don't have artistic friends who can help you out, you're probably going to go to Fiverr. And even then, most of them are pretty generic and similar. Like how like everyone has the esports overlays and all this kind of stuff. Everybody seems to be quite samey.
I found some nice people. My main emote artist is on Etsy, and then the one who designed Suki is from Fiverr.
I'm very much intending to hit up your emote artist at some point when I'm ready as well.
I've suggested them to multiple people, and everyone loves their emotes. Hat, Bray, Honey Bear.
Anything more? Hippo?
What's your opinion, you two, on sub trains?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's a bit. I think they're great. I think that they're a great way of showing support to a streamer. I understand where people are coming from, where it's like, oh, it's just a scam that Twitch are trying to get more money from you, and in a way, I guess it probably is. But at the same time, like, I was in someone's chat not that long ago. I won't say who, and they had a wee little sub train that happened, and then someone else came in and was like, "Oh, scam train," and the mood just immediately was destroyed. I was like, "That was rude, right?" Because all these people are trying to show this streamer some love, and this person came in and just completely shat on it. It was really like not very nice. So I can understand where people are coming from, and it's like, yeah, well, donate to me. But at the same time, I mean, Twitch does provide some stuff. Like, things happen when you get a sub train.
Basic. Sub train is very basic, and I feel like you almost feel like you have to customize that as well.
Yeah, and
it would be nice to have some customization to it for if one is
you can add customization to it, but it's really hard from what I'd looked at it quite briefly, but it looked. I just looked at it. I was like, "This is above."
Oh yeah,
my
because
head.
I think I've seen people who have their own little like thing going.
It's easy just to go to Harris Hell and just nap what he's doing because he's lived it free, and then you customize it into your own own.
I considered doing that, but then I was like, I have my.
And
pride.
then every person on the planet was doing it pretty much, and I'm like, oh my god! Like everyone had the little Charmander wandering across the screen when somebody subbed and stuff like that. I'm like, it's cute, but you have 1 million people now doing it. It's annoying.
It is a bit of a gimmick at the end of the day, but at the same time, like, it is a nice way to show your support to someone.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
I mean,
that's
I have fun triggering them. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even think it's about the money. Really, I don't think it is for me. Like, because it's kind of hard to talk about, I guess, but I never really think about it as money. It's just it's support, and when it like the sub train is happening, it's amazing because you're getting all this like that you get literally getting love from your community. People are showing you that they appreciate you, and that's what matters at the end of the day. That where the money goes almost doesn't matter. It kind of does when you look at it from the other side of things. When you look at it from Twitch side of things, you're like, come on, guys, you're taking the mickey a little bit here. But when you just look at it from the perspective of this is a person who is showing their appreciation of me, that's all you really need to know at the end of the day. And it feels amazing when it happens.
Yeah.
No. Subbing is a really special thing. It really is, especially when you get your first ever.
Yeah, you just more feel that there definitely should be a little bit more for them.
Yeah.
Which I understand.
I want to give back more, and I think Twitch should definitely give back more.
Yeah.
You know,
like I am happy. I did mention it before, obviously, but like I am happy they are trying to dish out the animated modes and the follower modes and just give out more things. Which is good.
Yeah.
Hopefully they come up with something else as well.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice.
Do you want to go next then, Moon?
Go on.
That's a no.
Yeah.
All right,
go on.
I'll go.
Do it. Great.
I'm good at adding. I'm not good at like.
You know what you need to do, right? Once you got it fixed, you need to be able to link up your lighting rig to your sub. So every time someone subs, it does an array rainbow going around it.
I don't think I have those fancy kind of lights.
You need expensive lights to do that. Hippo.
No. Yeah. I don't care. You can do it manually by hand.
Oh my god! I see what he means. Hang on. Oh no, my thing's broken.
You can't,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
You like, and then just pretend like it just happens in the background automatically, and it just. Boom. That's what you should do. I think that'd be cool.
That's so beautifully ridiculous. I'd love to see it.
Oh my god! If I can get the controller fixed, I'll try.
Yeah, because you could pretend like it just automatically happens, but secretly you've got it ready just in case somebody ever does.
Secretly,
in your stream.
I'm just like opening it and just.
All right. Well, I guess I'll give my 2 cents on the subject then. So viewer perks are an interesting one because, and I have told this story before on the old podcast I used to do, Bit Rated, but when I very first started streaming, I basically didn't see really a huge amount of point to any of it. I was like, you're there to, create a community, talk to people while playing a video game. All this extra crap doesn't make it. It doesn't, it doesn't mean anything. And I never really saw the point of emotes that much. When I very first became an affiliate, I wasn't expecting anyone to sub to me, and then someone did, and I was like, shit. I was not expecting that to happen. I should probably have some emotes, because without emotes, there's no reason to sub to someone.
They're
really.
just giving you, they're just.
Yeah, because
giving you
even
money,
like when
giving
you
you
very
money.
first start as well, like they're not hardly. It doesn't even really feel like they're giving you money, because you're not going to see that money for months. You need what is it, 60 quid or something? To
100.
accrue? Is it? Well, it's
$100,
$100, isn't it?
$100, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's about 80
100
quid for us.
US.
Yeah.
So whatever that is.
So,
converted.
so before you even see the money, you've got. So it's. I was like, this person's essentially put money into this, and they have to. I have to give them something. So I made these horrible emotes of my own face. It literally took me like 3 hours. I sat down because I didn't even know how to do it. I sat down, watched YouTube videos on how to do it. I downloaded a free program, and I just made them in a couple of hours.
Amazing.
They're so cursed. If you've seen the Mellar One Sour, they've got quite a similar kind of energy to that. They're awful, honestly.
Oh my
but
god.
I was like, at least I've done something. They can be a placeholder until, I don't know, kind of whatever, until something happens, until I commission someone to make them, or someone does them for me, or whatever. And I just didn't really think a huge amount about it. I was like, well, I've got something for people to have. They're reaction emotes, so they're not completely useless and all this kind of thing. And I was like, I'd never sub to someone just for their emotes or whatever. And then I started getting into a bit more watching people and being active in chat. And when you're chatting, you almost always end up with some sort of emote at the end of a message
to express yourself.
Exactly, because it makes it easier to express yourself, so people know what you're trying to convey. Because obviously, if you're typing, it's quite hard sometimes to.
It is hard, yeah.
And,
I mean, you love your kappa.
Exactly, and I've always used emotes at the end of messages anyway. I think I use quite a lot, sort of compared to others maybe in sort of general chatting to people online and all this kind of thing. And I got these emotes that I used quite a lot, and I didn't realize how much I liked them and how much I appreciated them until I unsubbed and they were gone. And I was like, shit, I've got the perfect emote for this situation, but I can't use it. And that was a bit of a turning point for me, because I realized, I was like, hold on a second. I was like, I'm not like, it's at the time, for me, I was like, it's not worth me paying the £5 for the emotes, but I am now considering subbing to someone just because I like their emotes. And the way that I felt about the whole thing just changed in a heartbeat. And I realized that they are actually they can be quite important. I mean, at the end of the day, they are a side thing. They're not part of the main event. The main event is, you creating a show for people, but they're something that you can provide for people to enjoy, to have fun with, and they can use them anywhere once they've subbed. So, I mean, I wouldn't really say that they're not a huge amount. You don't really get advertising from them. I mean, you kind of do, but really not. Like, if you look at emotes as a way of advertising, then you're doing it wrong, because you might get, like, I don't know, 1 follower a year from your emotes if you're lucky, kind of thing. And then
I'd like to see the statistics behind how many times my emotes have been used off my channel.
Yeah, I think you might actually be able to find
those
informations. Yeah.
Oh, I need that in my life.
Informations.
All right,
I don't know where.
I'm going to pretend to be here while I go and check.
But yeah, I kind of realized then, and I was very lucky in that someone took it upon themselves to actually make me some emotes and all this kind of thing, and I really like them. I do intend to supersede them at some point, but the problem with emotes is that they cost a lot of money, as well. Aren't they something like $50 plus for a single emote these days?
How much, sorry?
Aren't they about $50 plus, 50 US? For
I
a
think
single
my
emote?
artist is 30 something.
Right. That's still a lot of money when you consider that like if you've been lucky enough to have 50 subs, there's 5 slots just for the tier 1s.
Yeah.
And then you've got I think I counted it, it's 5 others. You've got your tier 2 emote, your tier 3 emote, 2-bit is it 2-bit emotes, and there's one other? Either way. I
Yeah,
remember counting
the
them and it
5
was like,
sub, tier 2, tier 3, and then I think you get up to 1,000 bits
right.
until it's unlocked when people get to that bit level,
Right.
essentially.
That's right. That's right.
Because the reason why I have so many is because, there's a crazy person who
Yeah.
decided to drop a bunch of bits
then-
and unlocked me another bit slot.
Yeah. But then you add that up, and that's what, 10 emotes for $30 each. That's $300. That is a lot of freaking dosh, right? And like obviously the idea is like it makes sense to spend money that you get from streaming on things like that on streaming, but obviously, like I mentioned, it takes a certain amount of time for things to come through. Like Twitch holds on to things for a long time, and I do agree with what Hippo said. Is it does seem to me that they do have quite a lot. They take a large slice as well, especially when you compare it to other platforms like YouTube and
YouTube's a 70-30 split.
Yeah, and I've seen other. I know that other platforms like Mixer, I know, is gone now. That had a better split, and I think DLive is still going. I'm not sure.
Wasn't Mixer like 60-40 or something like that?
I don't know,
wasn't it?
to be honest. Yeah. But literally, like of all the streaming platforms there are, I mean, obviously, I know that Twitch is the biggest one, but it's also the one with the worst split.
The split.
That's generally how it works, though, with those kind of things. Though, if you're the biggest one of it, you feel you
can get more, right?
Yeah, potentially. So I can see where people have issues with it, but at the same time, like it is nice. I definitely agree though with one thing that you said, Hippo. In like I do think that you maybe subbing at level 1, there probably is enough incentive to do that for some people on Twitch. Like especially if you've got 5 emote slots, most of the time the streamer will provide some sort of other perk that they solely provide. But I do definitely think that and it's been historic and it's never been fixed, that to then upgrade to tier 2 or 3, there's almost no reason to do that.
Nah.
Yeah, like, it's more of a you want to support the streamer more,
it's a lot of extra money.
You're not doing it for the emote.
Exactly. It's a lot of extra money for almost nothing. You get one extra emote for tier 2, 2 for tier 3. But it's like 3 times the amount.
I agree with the pricing needing to be
and it is a bit disappointing that it's been like that for so long and it's never been fixed. It's literally like it's been like that for as long as I've been on Twitch, which is what, like 3.5, 4 years or something.
Gosh, that's crazy.
So, but yeah, I mean, in terms of there's obviously what Twitch provides, and I think it's definitely between the Hero and Hippo and me, we've probably got a consensus that maybe I'm not sure saying it's not enough is quite fair, but there could definitely be more.
Be something that you can set up for subs and that.
I don't know what to suggest, to be honest.
I know some people do sub chats in their Discord and stuff like that. Trying to think if I've thought of it.
You have like sub movie nights and all that kind of stuff.
People have done sub movie nights. Yeah. It's like stuff like that people have done for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So people usually try to give their supporters more in some way.
Yeah,
along with like you have all these emotes. You guys showed really good support. I like to do emotes back. Excuse me, emotes back to them, and
I think
I love making up the badges and everything. Gives you kind of a unique thing to yourself, right?
Absolutely,
something to go along with your channel. And like for my sub badges, I've got moons, and then for all the bit badges, I've got all the different Zelda shields because it's the game that I play, so it works out really well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think it's great that people do that on stream. But I think there's also a certain amount of, depending on where that comes from. I've always thought that if you're creating like a sub perk to encourage people to sub, I think that's problematic. But if you're creating a sub perk because you want to give back to the people that give to you, that's
my viewpoint of it.
Absolutely.
People are being generous with me. I want to give something more back to them, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a good.
Not because they've done that. Like, you know what I mean. It's not for the money. Like, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you do
I've
see.
got I was gonna say I've got an early access section in my Discord as well for subbies. For stuff like when I used to do random projects, like you remember my collector cards that I made, Mellar?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, I have hairy hippo collector cards. They're graphic cards, like
Yeah.
so I made them almost like baseball cards, but they're full like mini postcards as such of different graphics of my hippo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I did 2 seasons of it, and they were up for sale for a little bit and all that kind of stuff, limited editions and all that kind of stuff. But I'd let people do sneak previews of the ones I'd been making that I hadn't shown on stream and stuff like that. Or if I've got new bit of merch coming up, or there's a new video project that I'm doing, like if I'm doing something with Bueno or something like that, I'll mention it on there so people
that's really good
get
ideas,
like
too.
they know beforehand and stuff like that. Just little
Yeah.
thank you. Here's some information.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is interesting. It's fun to add these things, I think, and it's fun to try and think of new things that you can do for your community.
To give back, like, show your appreciation.
Yeah, and also it does strike me that sometimes I do like it can be quite difficult because obviously getting emotes like commissioned and all this, it's expensive, it's time consuming, it's honestly a bit of a pain in the ass. To be honest.
Yeah.
And but having said that, in order to just provide something, just a face emote is honestly, like, take it from me, like, and I'm really like, I'm all right on a computer, right? But when it comes to art and this kind of thing, I'm like the least artistic person you could possibly ever meet, and yet I managed to push out 3 face emotes in the space of
amazing.
about 3 hours, right? So I do find it a little bit disappointing sometimes when you do join a channel and they don't have any, because it does feel a little bit low effort sometimes. It's like, oh well, and it's the same with like sub badges and stuff. Like, I mean, my sub badges, I mean, they're not very good, but at least they're there. And
Well, it goes with the channel, right? Because it's just your logo, but you colored it differently.
Yeah, and again, it's something that literally took me like I don't know, an hour to do in MS Paint or something. I think
mine
it was
took a
stupid.
little bit more to do.
Yeah, but yours are way nicer than mine.
Coloring, and I actually made mine.
Oh, they're amazing.
There's a few things I made on my channel.
Yeah.
Only a few. I made my logo.
Yeah.
That was made by me. That took me so long. The new layout I have for like the background, like I made my panels, but they were find somebody on Etsy who had like a pre-made kind of layout or whatever. And they actually had offered blank scenes, so I was able to use the background and make my own text to kind of give my own customization to it, so it's not going to look the same as anyone else who buys that one.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's a good idea.
But I just really liked the look of it, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to fiddle around with this. I'm going to change the text because they gave the blank panels for you to be able to do that. And so I put I put an emote on it, and then I put text on it, and that was my own customization to it.
Yeah.
So it's not the same as anybody else who buys it, which I really like.
So yeah, absolutely. I mean, so sort of continuing, I feel a little bit sort of what's the word? A little bit split, because part of me wants to say, it doesn't matter. But another part of me, sort of like the viewer part of me,
the viewer aspect, because you've done both.
Yeah, because I have had it when I've gone into chat and you see that, especially someone who's been an affiliate for quite some time, and
for a while,
their sub badge is still, the Twitch star. And I did sub to someone recently, and I'm glad I subbed to them. They're great, but I was disappointed to learn that they don't have any emotes, and all this kind of thing. And when it doesn't require a huge amount of effort to make something, I think at the end of the day, I think the way that I feel, and I think a lot of people probably feel this way as well, is I think it's better to have something, even if it's utter crap, because at least then there's something there, and also it shows you're willing as well. And I think people really latch onto that.
Because like there are a lot of, because I've explored Fiverr when I was looking at finding an artist for this, and I found quite a few of them that actually do make cheap emotes, and they actually look pretty decent. And you can go as low as $10 to $15 for one, and they're decent. Like, they're not bad or anything. I found my artist and I really like them, so I want to stay with them, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. There's probably loads more to say about viewer perks because there's so many potential viewer perks. 'Cause obviously, there's the whole thing with channel points, and I do like the whole idea of channel points as well. They're very
and
customizable.
yeah, like now you can make them do sounds and stuff too, right?
Yeah, you need a third party thing, but you can make them
Oh,
do
okay,
that.
it's a
Yeah.
third party thing. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I gotcha. And then obviously they can impact your gameplay, and it lets them join in on
With
whatever
the
you're
third party
doing.
thing,
and
do you
stuff
need
like
an
that.
emulator as well? Just out of curiosity, or
No,
is it just no? Okay,
it's-
just want to sure we're back to randomizers
No,
again.
no.
I do apologize.
It's literally just a website. It's actually really cool. I think there's two websites. There's one that just plays sounds, but there's one that like fully can run scripts and stuff. So if you know what you're doing, it's actually a really powerful tool. You
Okay.
can make it so that like I've never figured out how to do it, but you know, like events on the chatbot, you can make it so that it runs events. So if someone does a thing, then you could have like an animation like walk across your screen or something, or this kind of thing. It's really cool. Like if I could figure it out, I think that's a thing that stops a lot of people. Like quite a lot of it's quite in depth because
Yeah,
when you're talking
it's
about
how to
running
figure it
events, you're
out.
talking about code. And if you don't know how to code, forget
Mhm.
it. Kind of thing. I think there probably are people in the background trying to make things more user friendly, but at the moment there's a lot of things that you can do if you know how to code it. And Twitch has always been like that. There's always been loads of really interesting things that you can do on Twitch that not many people do because you literally have to sit down and code.
You have to understand how to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's above my head. And I did freaking computer science in degree in university. So
Heck, sometimes these randomizers are too hard to figure out.
Yes, they're very hard.
We'll admit it, especially the one thing that we were just doing recently, where we can do 2 seeds, multiplayer seed, but on your own, and
absolutely.
it goes back and forth between the seeds randomly.
But yeah, honestly, I think channel points are absolutely fantastic.
They are.
There's so
I'm
much
glad there
that you can
aren't
do
like
with
sub
them.
only or something like that. That would
Yeah,
suck.
you do get more points if you're a sub.
You
The
do,
multiplier
you
is
do.
higher, but there's so many things that you can make happen with that kind of thing. I've seen a lot of people do some really interesting things with it, and I do think it is better than the stuff that was on like the chatbots, like the Stream Elements stuff and all that kind of thing, which I know that I used to use. Mel's bells, we called them, and you were talking about them earlier, Hippo.
I wasn't talking about your bells.
No, not my bells, but you were talking about your old
points.
channel points.
Oh
which you
yeah,
had
my
in
hairy
there.
pennies and all that.
That's
kind
it,
of
yeah.
stuff.
Which would have been
Hairy
on Stream Elements or
pennies.
whatever. I do
Sorry,
think
what's
it is
a
better.
penny? Ha 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 ha.
You get pennies in America.
They're gone.
All right.
We don't have
I
them
see.
here
They've been
anymore.
abolished, have they? How interesting.
They were abolished in Canada, yes. I think they're still in the States, but no, we don't have pennies anymore.
Oh, fair enough. But
And to be
So
fair, a
essentially-
hairy penny is what's in behind the sofa. You know when you're digging for money at the back, that's a hairy penny.
yeah.
But yeah, essentially when they got rid of them, if something comes to like $5.55, they did that's fine. But if it's like $5.56, they'll just drop it down to $5.55 if you're
Oh
doing
no,
cash.
amazing. Oh,
So,
fair
but if
play.
you're doing debit, you're charged the proper amount.
The only thing
Oh.
about the channel points that I definitely would like to see is I always thought that it was funny that you can't set your own multipliers. You should be able to.
Yeah, I really wish you could. That would be nice.
Yeah, and also to be able to change how many channel points someone actually has, because that was something that I used to do back in the day when we used the Mel's
And
bells.
also-
I'd do like giveaways and stuff. But
Yeah.
the prize for the giveaway would be channel points that you could make things happen with. You know, so then it costs no one anything. It's quite harmless. And yeah, I'd really like to be able to see us be able to do that because it would just put so much more power in the hands of the streamer.
It would, because being able to control all that and also being able to see how many channel points people have, because maybe you want to do a big community goal, but who's to say they aren't going to smash it because you misjudge how much points your viewers actually have, right?
Yeah.
And just being able to have control over all that, be able to see, oh, this person's got this many channel points and so on. Or if you're trying to make a big channel point redemption and you're worried like, oh, is someone just going to be able to hop in here and just grab this right away or not?
Yeah.
I know you're a high up there still.
I'd like to be able to gift my channel points to new people as well, so they can use stuff. That'd
Yeah.
be nice.
That'd
to
be
do.
kind of
That'd be
cool
nice.
too, to be
Yeah.
able to give channel points work together.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
That's why the bot points are really nice, is because you have the ability to do all that.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only
then
thing that the
it's-
bot points have over the channel points as they are now, I think.
The only exception, obviously, the only downside is it's completely in control by the user, right? So you have to do all
Well,
the
a big
stuff
problem
to
that I always found with
monetize the points.
the bot points was it's a lot of information on chat. It spams chat basically. If someone wants to find out how many points they've got, and if one person does it, a load of other people are
They
going
all
to do
do
it, and
it,
it
yeah.
slams chat and all this
Yeah.
kind of thing. So that's one of the reasons why I do think that the thing that Twitch actually provides, it's cleaner, it looks better, and it just it provides a better experience all round. I think
We
overall.
just need to be like, bot meet Twitch channel points. Boom.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
You've got this masterpiece done.
Yeah.
But
It says how many points you have down there, and lets you do everything. Lets you change your channel point, like multiplier and all that stuff.
Yeah, but sort of to sort of put a bit of a bow, tie a little bit of a bow around sort of everything I've been saying, like from the perspective of someone who's new to everything, sort of like a new affiliate or something, you might think that there's like there's all these things that I need to do. It's so overwhelming, but at the end of the day, I think the actual content is more important. The perks are nice. But obviously, try and you got to prioritize the stuff that's more important. The stuff that's more important is your show.
Essentially, I feel like the best time to prioritize getting your perks and everything done is when you do end up starting to get your support. Like, you can try and
Yeah.
get one emote ready so
Yeah.
that people have an incentive.
Yeah.
If they want to support you, they'll get something back. And then as you expand that, well, you get this rolling ball, and now you've got some money to work with, and you can actually go get more done,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So this actually goes into something we were talking about just before the stream, because we were talking about how things used to be, like in how you used to be, because we're going to watch some of your clips in a minute, and and I've watched a few of my own because I really wanted to sort of experience Star Fox Adventures again. I was like, while I streamed it, I'll watch some of my own stuff, and it's only from about 1.5 2 years ago, and you don't realize as you're going along, because you add a little bit every week, like between every stream you add something, and then you don't realize until you look back on it how far you've come.
I should have chosen one of my Undertale stuff. That's just before I was affiliated.
Yeah, exactly. So I think in reality, like if you just become an affiliate, I really wouldn't stress all of the extra stuff. Like it seems to me that a lot of people when they start streaming, they're like, oh, I've got to have a Discord server. You really don't. You really don't.
I think I
I've
got affiliated. It was a little bit after that. I made my Discord server,
Yeah.
and then
I mean, obviously, if you've got an idea for a Discord server,
I got 3 emotes made.
Yeah, because your Discord server is popping and all that, so it makes sense because obviously you had a vision and it works out really well. But I think a lot of people get Discord servers just for the sake of getting one, because they feel like they should have one, and it's just not. It's wasted time, honestly, and it's not going to put you in a good headspace as well, because it takes a lot for someone to join a Discord server. I think, and if you're streaming, you're not seeing anyone join. Sometimes it can put you in a bad headspace. It's not necessarily like it's something that you may wish to do at some point, but you really don't need to start with it. And I'd say the same.
I can't remember when I made mine. I'd have to scroll back up to. I think there's an easy way to like see when the server was made, right?
I have no idea what it is. But I feel the same way about things like emotes and sub badges. Like, I feel like maybe if you can have one emote in the bag, just so that you're not like rushing like I was as soon as you get a sub, like, oh my god, I've got to have an emote.
You were like, oh gosh, I didn't have anything.
Yeah, exactly. But if you can have like
I knew
one...
when I was getting close, I ended up looking for the artists, and I knew I wouldn't have them all unlocked at once, so I only had the one badge, and then I had the sub goal to unlock the other 2.
Yeah.
So essentially, I was like, yeah, we've got some emotes ready. And well, you know how the whole rest of that story goes.
Exactly.
I had all 5 of my emotes by the end of that day.
Right. So exactly. So if you can sort of get to a point where you don't really need anything to start, just sort of go with it and add to it as you go along. And honestly, I genuinely feel that you will have a better time of the whole experience than like stressing everything before you even start.
Honestly, something even as easy as like doing your sub badges, you can take something from what you play. So if you play Pokemon, some people do Pokeballs and stuff like that. It's literally just find one with no background, change the size of it, slap it on.
Exactly. And also,
you've got something.
Yeah, if you do it that way, then you've got more opportunity to actually create something that the community is probably going to like as well, because you've got that time for people to come in and actually say, oh, it'd be really cool if you had this, and you can be like, okay, well, that can be my sub perk or my, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Community can give suggestions for everything as well.
Exactly. All right. Do you want to go? Do you want to say much anymore?
Not much now, I guess, at this point. I've kind of been like throwing in between, so I don't think I have a lot to add myself, actually.
Okay. Fair enough.
We kind of just like covered a lot of the stuff I was gonna say as we were, bouncing back and forth.
Well, that's brilliant. That was a lot of fun. Let's move on then to segment 3. Now, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary friends, we have a new subgame. This
It's
is very
totally
exciting.
Kirby.
Now I gave this a ridiculous name as well. Do you remember what it was, Hippo?
Oh gosh, yeah.
It's called, right, are you ready for this? Right. It's called
Contextual Chattification.
Oh my god.
Contextual
amazing.
Chattification. I was just like, oh my
Lord.
god. And right, I'll explain to you why it's called that. Right, so it still involves watching clips. So anyone who's just listening at the moment, in a few moments, we're going to start watching clips. You may wish to bring your eyes to the screen. So we're going to watch some clips. Now, these clips are going to be Moon's clips. We're going to watch some clips of her. And basically, the idea is we're going to watch the clip. You can move now, Hippo. Thank you.
Okay.
And we're going to, without Moon telling us anything about the clip, we're going to try and guess the context of the clip. And then once we've done guessing, Moon is going to tell us what the context actually is of the clip. Now, because I happen to know Moon quite well, I'm probably not going to play this one. We're just going to we're just going to ask Hippo what he thinks of the clip.
Yeah, make me suffer.
He
It's
knows
fine,
all the
it's
clips
okay.
already.
Yeah, I kind of know the context of the clips anyway. But we're going to see how it goes. I'm really excited. And what we're going to do in the future is we're actually going to roll a dice. When it comes time for segment 3, we'll roll a dice and we'll do either follow, sub, or dip, or we'll play contextual chattification. But because this is the new one, I wanted to introduce this, so we're definitely doing this. We're doing this now, and we're gonna see how this goes.
Ooh, I have my right name.
We've got 3 clips of Moon here. If you guys can see, I've got other clips loaded up. I did load the follow, sub, or dip clips just in case, so don't worry. But we're going to watch 3 clips here of Moon, and we'll see how this game goes.
Oh, they're of Moon.
Yeah, funny that. All right,
There's
so
2 of me, and I'm more orange. What the heck's going on there? No, I'm kidding. The webcam difference.
well, if we all 3 of us load up the first clip in China. Right, so are you ready with this first clip? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's watch this clip in 3, 2, 1. Play that clip.
Room just to climb, so grab Fierce Deity.
Oh, Zoro can actually climb that too. Hi, Deity. Wait, come here. Let's size the difference. Wait.
Oh, it's a big difference.
Look, here's Zora. Oh my god.
Holy.
He's a monster. Hang on. Let me go here. All right. Hang on, I can go smaller.
Oh my gosh. Flip room just to climb, so...
Lovely. All right. So,
His
Hippo.
face is broken.
Hippo, let's get some contextual chattification. What the hell's going on there, do you think?
I think I broke him.
You're playing a Zelda game with another person,
Right?
and it's Christmas because you got little candy canes,
Oh yeah, that is the Christmas event.
Here's
Oh
the
my
Christmas
god.
thing, yeah.
and you're going against something, and then you took a shrinky potion, and it made your head big. And that's
I love his explanation much more.
and I'm not sure if it was a boss or not, but somebody had a skull face, but was kind of pale blue.
I mean, you're half right. So, I mean, what's actually going on here?
Yeah.
So Sar just playing Fierce Deity, he used it to jump up that cliff because Fierce Deity is very strong. And then I came to the conclusion, it's like, wait, we're in the same place. Well, let's get like the actual size differences going on here. And so essentially I went through all of my forums just to see like, this is where I am to him. This is where he is now. And poor little Deku Scrub is only up to his knee.
So that's a Link there, isn't it?
That is Link, yes, he's transformed
So
into Fierce
Link is
Deity.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
No, it's I mean, my guess.
Sort of.
You might as well be Super Saiyan.
So in Majora's Mask, you get transformation masks, and you can transform into a Deku Scrub, a Zora, or a Goron. but if you get literally every mask in the game, right at the end, you get the Fierce Deity mask, which you become this sort of massive dude that's really OP.
And he is very OP.
But in a randomizer, obviously, you can get the Fierce Deity mask at any point. So Sarge's
and you
got
can
it.
use it anywhere as well.
Is that
normally,
like when you get into Final Fantasy and you bring down Ifrit
Yeah, I guess.
in Final Fantasy 8? Like,
normally,
bring up
normally
like
it can only come out in boss battles, and normally you can't switch. Like you'll see the switch, but you won't get to like witness that size difference because you're just kind of going.
Yeah.
So when you actually have the two players side by side, it was just kind of hilarious to just be like, little size differences.
But this is a single player game that you're playing multiplayer.
Yes.
Majora's Mask, yeah.
Is this a reminder, a randomizer thing?
Yes.
Yes, it is a randomizer and also multiplayer.
Yep, amazing. And you can do that with Ocarina as well.
Oh,
So much fun. This is what we do on normally Wednesdays, but sometimes Thursday nights. Or we did Tuesday last time, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, we
but
did.
For
Yeah, 'cause me and I
Ocarina
think
rather
that
than
went.
because I'm not so keen on Majora's myself. I mean, I still think it's a great game, but I wouldn't play a randomizer.
I'll drag you into one day. Don't you?
You
worry.
reckon?
Maybe.
Amazing. Should we go on to the next clip?
so I did okay.
Yeah, you got.
You know it was Zelda. You know, yeah.
Yeah, I know Zelda.
Excellent. We'll move on to Salty Spunky Keyboard Mike Hogan.
Where do these Twitch URLs come from?
I don't
I don't know, but it knows me so well.
Oh Lord.
You know me so well. Sorry,
I love the fact, by the way, just before we start on this one, that the pose is almost like an emote right there. It's like Right, are we ready with the second clip?
Yeah.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, and play
Is
that clip.
George.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't even have my audio on.
Fighting a drowsy.
My the other trainer is catching a Hitmontop, and he has a Kadabra.
Okay, I would really enjoy a Kadabra.
Is he gonna teleport? He just teleported! Wait!
Wait, did he catch
from the
it?
battle! No, he fled! See, just like that! That's not how you catch a Pokemon! Is George.
Run away.
Yes.
I love that. That's how you get track. So, Hippo, what the hell was
I
going
think we've
on?
confused him more.
What was going on there, Hippo?
What the fuck was that Pokemon? I'm Gen 1.
Yeah, I'm Gen 1 as well.
Latest Pokemon I remember is a Togepi.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a Hitmontop?
It is the pre-evolved form of Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan.
Well, that's not
no, it's
possible
another.
because
No, it's
Hitmonlee
a
and
branch
Hitmonchan
off.
came before them. So it's not possible to be it's an abomination.
Sorry. Tyrogue is the pre-evolution of Hitmontop, Hitmonlee, and Hitmonchan.
You
That's
can't
what I
have a
meant to say.
pre-evolution
So,
when it came first.
How many Pokemon are there now, Moon?
Are we at 900?
Oh,
I don't
Jesus
know.
Christ. Fuck that. I was like, even when I was young, when I was like 10, I learned the 150 and then another 100 came out. I was like, nah.
Yeah, 800 something. Yeah, I think we're getting close to 900.
Low 800s. That's ridiculous.
Oh, it's low 800s. Okay, so I'm a little off.
I'm starting
That's
to
fine,
understand these parents that are like, oh, you can name all 500 Pokemon, but you can't do your science homework.
Oh my god.
Fucking hell. I feel like a right old man. So yeah, but what's going on here then, Hippo? What do you
So
reckon?
I'm assuming again it's another multiplayer
Where'd you get that from?
because you got two human characters but with two Pokemon.
Yep.
And the fact that the overlay has two players
Yeah.
or two people, which
Yep.
I assume it's a co-op stream, but not esque because you haven't got their camera in there as well, but you're doing something together, so I assume it's a co-op stream. I feel like you have some form of random thingy-majiggy because Kadabra just seemed to do its own shit and fuck off, which I feel is not meant to be the case because you seem quite like shocked that he did that.
Yeah.
So is it like they automatically fight for themselves? You don't have to do something.
Yeah, I mean, what's
Am
going
I
on
good
then?
to actually explain?
Yeah, go on.
So we're actually, me and Honey Bear are actually playing two separate games. He has his own stream going, and we're actually doing like a little versus thing. We were both playing through the game, so it had nothing to do with like two characters on the screen. or
So who
anything.
could beat the game the fastest, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I ended up winning the Soul Silver one? I can't remember now. But anyways, every Pokemon game that you play through, you get a catch tutorial. Normally how it works is they teach you how to catch a Pokemon. You hit the Pokemon, you throw a Pokeball at it, and you catch it. Well, in this case, the tutorial went a little wrong, and it randomized into a Kadabra, which decided instead to fight, I'm just gonna flee. Screw fighting it. So it teleported away and said just like that, and it's like, that wasn't a good tutorial. You didn't even catch the Pokemon.
So you're basically so he's like, or the tutorial is the other person in the game then?
Yes, he's giving me the tutorial. Yeah, and essentially with the randomizer, it screws up his starting Pokemon, like who he throws out to do the catch tutorial, and that's why he was able to just teleport away because it randomized to a Kadabra, and Kadabra's like, I'm out.
Oh, I like that. That's cool. I'll be up for that
so
shit.
Funny. Yeah, it gets pretty hectic. We've also killed the encounter. We've also had catch tutorials where they kill the encounter, and I've also had it the other way around where the wild Pokemon faints the trainer.
Oh my god.
Who's teaching you about the catch tutorial, and they're all just brilliant.
Oh my god. Amazing. All right.
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen.
I love it when things that aren't supposed to happen in randomizers. It's so funny to see.
Like, it's the best part.
Absolutely.
So what's the little box above your camera then? Is that what?
That's the second screen, isn't it? Because you're emulating a
yes,
DS.
that's my second screen. That's a Nintendo DS. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, going back to the previous, if I may, I do actually have a question on the previous on the first clip.
Yeah.
So you've obviously the way you've got your overlay set up, you've got on the left your own screen, on the right Sarge's screen, and bottom left you've got your chat. The middle is you. What goes bottom right on that overlay?
I think that that's not my tracker. I cut it up and was able to put it in there.
Right. So
I think at the time I hadn't realized I could cut it up and just like be able to fit it in there, but normally it didn't look that good there, just not split up.
Right. So would you say that
so
then
I didn't have it there
on this particular stream? Maybe you started with the tracker and then it didn't look right, so you got rid of it just for the stream.
Yeah,
Right.
I think when I put it in there, it just didn't look right, and the one that we use now is actually like I've kind of chopped up a couple portions of it so that I can put everything where I wanted it.
Yeah. So one thing
so it looks a lot nicer.
I always thought you were quite good at making overlays as well.
I really like the second one. That's so cool.
The overlay on the second one?
Yeah, it's nice. I like that.
I like the way that it incorporates the animated versions of the two people playing. I think that's really clever. And apart from anything else, it at a glance, it makes it very obvious that it's a co-stream.
And what's really going on, yeah. Because like we even have like the Soul Silver version, so it's the game we're playing, and then we've got the VS versus.
Yeah.
And then we've got both the players. So it was something really cool we threw together.
Yeah, it's good.
Yes, person with their hand up.
I have one slight problem with the overlay though.
Yeah.
And
you know, the really cool logo of you two together is off center.
I think it's more.
It's probably not because you got the arm coming out.
No, I think it's because the cameras and like it just all kind of throws it off. It is a little off to the right, actually. Now that I see it, how dare you?
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I see this
bug
stuff.
me now.
And it just like my eye starts to twitch and everything. And I'm like, oh my god, it's slightly off center. Oh, by 8 pixels. No.
So I think in the third, if you bring up the third clip, you can actually see what the overlay is supposed to be in the first.
Yeah,
you can
actually
the tracker
see
on the
that.
right-hand side.
Tracker now.
All right. Now this is my favorite because I'm in this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably his favorite because of we
All right.
have a lot of issues. Yeah, never mind.
Let's watch the third clip then. Are you ready?
Are you sure you got it working though? Yeah.
Yeah, it's all working.
Okay, I'll let you off then.
All right, so we both ready with clip number 3?
Yep.
Yes.
Right, 3, 2, 1, and play that clip.
Hey, Mellar, you want to come in here and lend me your bow?
I totally would. Oh.
You'll find me a bow right
Get
here.
you a bow.
Let's go!
Oh my god! What you just said?
Yes, I did. I'll just get you a bow. Literally throws me a bow. That needs to be clipped. That
Very
needs to
much
be clipped. That was
appreciated the gift.
Hey, Mellar.
That needs to be clipped.
And it was clipped.
Brilliant. So Hippo, What the blazes is going on in that clip?
You were pushing a rock,
Right.
and
I
you
am
went
g-
into a garden.
Moon was
And
the one
then-
pushing the block.
I don't care. One of you's pushing a block. The other was in the garden.
Yeah.
And then you were doing some shit, and then a randomizer came out and gave her a bow.
Right.
And then someone said,
Close
"Clip that
enough.
shit." And I
Do,
was
do,
like,
you,
"Yeah."
do you know why we were excited about it though?
Because somebody said they wanted a bow, and you got a bow.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
That's what happened. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I
So,
saw
But yeah,
that.
essentially a more in-depth version of that. We are playing a multiplayer, so multi-world, not multiplayer.
Multi-world,
So
yeah.
we're in 2 separate worlds, and essentially we can send items back and forth. Like he can find an item of mine, I can find an item of his. I was in the forest temple, and I'm going through this, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna have much to do because I don't have a bow. Mellar had his bow, and I'm like, hey Mellar, lend me your bow. Obviously he can't. But instead, he decides to make the comment, or I could just get you one, and goes to the next scrub, and
Voila.
well, behold, it's somehow my bow.
Happens to be
So
the
he
bow.
literally sent me the bow that I was asking to borrow from him, essentially. And it was just brilliant.
So how does that work with like transferring items to the other person then?
Essentially, you are connected through online, and
Hmm.
it knows that. So when you generate the seed, you'll be saying how many players you want. And so when you say 2 players, it makes 2 seeds and will make sure to put the items in a good spot to be able to both of you be able to beat the seed.
Okay, so is it just items only for that run then? It's not like you completed an area so that when Mellar goes there, he sees it's already been completed.
Yeah.
No,
it doesn't do that.
that's only when multiplayer. Multiplayer, you're kind of linked together.
In
the
multiplayer, you're
same
basically in
world.
the same world. Yeah.
Yes. Multi-world,
Okay.
you're completely separate. So if he does something, I have to do it too because I haven't done it in my world, essentially.
So if he didn't have a bow and then got that bow, would he automatically keep the bow because it's hardwired to do that, or could he still
No,
give you
it
the
was
bow?
it was hardwared. It was my bow. So even if he
Okay.
didn't have a bow, it's still my bow. The game has already decided this is player 1's bow,
Mhm.
and it sends it over to player 1.
Which is
Oh,
why
okay.
it was like a 1 in 300 or something chance that we got
It
that.
was a very small chance that the next check that he was doing was it. It was brilliant.
No, that's cool. I like that. It intrigues me that you can do that kind of stuff. It still
Mhm.
baffle me while I'm doing it, but I think it's cool.
We've made so many calls like that, and they always blow us away.
Yeah. I think on balance, just from these 3 clips, like as a whole, what would you say about like what kind of vibes do you get from Moon?
The thing is, I think it's. I don't really, without trying to sound this, I don't really know you that well, Moon. I know you from Mellar's chats and stuff like that. I find you really wholesome, enjoyable, bubbly. It's a very comfortable vibe. I like the Kirby. I like the fact that you've got this. Well, I mean, we only got 3 clips of you playing with other people, but you gel well with other people. It's very accommodating both sides of it as well. So that like
Yeah,
if you're doing
I
a
definitely
multi-stream,
love doing co-op stuff.
yeah, because most co-op stuff can be very one's dominating over the other kind of thing, and you feel a little bit left. Whereas you seem to be in control of your aspect of it; they're in control, and you both respect each other's aspect, which makes co-op very nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
Overlay wise, I think they're all fantastic. I love the overlays, except from obviously the off-skew logo.
Look, man, I'm
of Doom.
sorry, I overlooked it. I
All right.
apologize. You should see
I'm
my.
literally after watching that, I was like, close that screen now. It's gonna. I
You
can't.
should
I
see
can't
my
look
newer
at it.
Pokemon layouts. They've got a lot more to them now.
I like your new setup. Assuming this is now your new setup and not your interview setup that you're sitting
Oh,
in
the
at the
background
moment.
and stuff.
Yeah.
New
Yeah, no,
setup,
this
yeah.
is my
But I like the fact that you've
stream setup.
transitioned from something from that to this because I like the fact you still got the interesting little quirky bits of the background, little characters, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's nice. I've always liked that about people who've got
Yeah,
something of
I
interest
was
behind.
against this wall before. So like my bed is literally right here, and my desk was this way for those clips, and then that's the wall you guys see.
Yeah, I have a habit of changing my desk around, so sometimes you'll see all my comic-y, geeky things in the background, or sometimes I'll just go for the white wall of doom to look like I'm in an
White wall of
insane
doom.
asylum. But I
The
think it looks like a
doom.
very comfortable, nice, chill kind of room. Just enjoy everyone's company in, and I really like that. It's a good
Yeah,
vibe.
it's nice.
Yeah, it's literally my bedroom too, so it's great. I've like look how big my room is. You can see the full thing on this.
My bed's just
camera
there,
now.
so it's okay. It's literally
Yeah, my
I'm like
bed's
4 paces and
my
I can just
bed's
fall.
I can just fall onto my bed right now. It's right
Yeah.
there. You'll never
Couldn't we
see
all?
it, but it's there.
Yep. Yep. I
Uh,
like it. No, it's good.
what I get from these clips, you can kind of tell because the 3 different clips where they're all with, collaborators, and they're all with different collaborators. You can kind of tell from these 3 clips that you like collaborating with other people. And
It's a lot of fun.
one thing that you kind of can tell, and one thing I've always kind of appreciated is that even when you're collaborating, like, because quite a lot of the time I do find when streamers are on like Discord or something, that quite often chat suffers for that. And that's one of the reasons why I will very rarely do a stream on Discord, because I struggle with it as well. Like, because you've got something pulling your attention that way. Sometimes it can be
the
difficult.
game there. You got
exactly
the actual voice in your head, the voice from your headphones, and then chat as well.
exactly. But I've always really appreciated how you manage to like stream with other people and still actually keep chat involved and all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of tell that from these 3 clips. The other thing that you can really tell from these clips is that there's a lot of thought that goes into your overlay. Which I can
I
appreciate.
did say one of the things that I do really well is making my overlays for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't know if I have a Pokemon overlay that you'd like throw that I have now.
Yeah, and the thing is that these clips quite a while ago. If anything, your overlays have gotten better.
Mm-hmm. The Zelda one hasn't changed too much. I just ended up putting an image of Suki in there, and I think I changed the background to be just a static, like or like a bit of an animated one. It's got my old intro. I need to change that one to my current background.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting.
Absolutely. All right. Well, just before we sort of wrap up the whole show, how did you feel that this new sub game went, Moon? Do you think it was fun?
I think it is a lot of fun because it involves, like, it gets to show off the guest as well, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So it is really a cool touch to it.
Yeah.
And go down memory lane and kind of explain like what was going on in each thing in that.
Yeah. Well, what do you reckon then, Hippo?
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. But what do you think of the new sub game?
I do whatever you want me to do. I love it. I love it all.
I love
Love
it.
it. Do you think it's better than follow, sub, or dip?
I think it's nice to have options for both.
Yeah, I agree. So what we'll do next time is at the beginning of segment 3, we'll roll some sort of.
Hippo's got a nice question again.
Oh yeah, go on.
I think you should let the viewers decide whether to keep it or not.
Yeah.
Do a poll in Discord.
All right. Okay. Well, that works.
Follow his Discord.
Go on Discord. I'll roll a poll over the weekend, and we'll roll it for either a week or 2, and we'll decide whether we'll keep it or not. If we do keep it, then we'll probably we'll decide whether we play it or not by some sort of dice roll, and we'll see how it goes.
Yes.
All right, brilliant. Well, I think we should we call that a wrap then? It's 10 o'clock. That's almost exactly time as well. We've only gone over 5 minutes. Excellent. Well,
sing some more TLC, Mellar.
Maybe after
how about some no, never mind. I won't sing.
Well, how did you feel that went, Moon? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, for sure. It was nice talking with you guys. And,
yeah. Did it go the way that you expected it to?
Yeah, pretty much, I guess. Yeah. I mean, besides Hippo being a little strange sometimes.
Oh, that you just get used to that.
Tease. No, not in a bad way.
Oh, we've always said
it's not in a bad way.
We've always said that strange is good, haven't we? And we call each other dorks.
I'm
and
dork
and
and weird. Like, come on.
Yes, weird
it's a compliment. I promise you.
That's been an absolute blast. I really I've really enjoyed it.
The best part was when Hippo was he had this going for like 5 minutes. He was just completely still.
Oh, but that was before we even went live.
Yeah, that was before we even went live. But like,
that's because we had the screen all sort of spazzing out a little bit, and I said, stay completely still for a few seconds. Go on.
Hippo, yes.
I have a generational question thing because I'm old and don't get it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, I need to get my arm in the right angle. Why does that now mean love heart?
What?
I guess I see it, but
that is now the love heart of a new generation. Instead of doing all that and all that stuff, this is now
it. Why does it need to be different? This works just fine.
I get it, but
people go, ooh, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with your thumb and finger? That's stupid.
It looks like that Italian thing, and they're like, hey.
It's like you're trying to flick a bogey away,
like,
but it's really bad.
But it's only like the top part, right? It extends, so it just doesn't look right.
No, I don't. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
understand it.
this is better. This is you can
Yeah,
just
this
see
is so
it
much
is
better.
part,
This is so much better.
or you can do this one.
You're such a dork. Well, let's call it a day there. So what I would just say is, if you did enjoy what you just saw, then definitely join the Discord. We have one of these every month, and we broadcast it live to Twitch, but then it goes up on YouTube. We edit it down a little bit, and then I make highlights out of it for YouTube as well. So if that's how you prefer to consume it as well, then it all goes up there normally over the weekend after or slightly afterwards. If it depends, obviously, how much time I've got over the weekend. And then also what you can do is, if you go onto the Discord, if you go into the rules channel, then there's a reaction role where you can actually get updates on when announcements happen for Chattisfying. So whenever it's about to go live on Twitch, when it goes up on YouTube, but also when we have an announcement who the next guest is going to be, when it's going to be, and what we're going to be talking about. So it all pops off on Discord. So if you enjoy Chattisfying, definitely pop yourself there. It's worth being there. For anyone watching on YouTube, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I guess we'll call it a day there. Hopefully, we'll see you for the next episode. But until then, thank you, Hippo. Thank you, Moon, and bye for now.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
Consider yourself satisfied.